All right, and we are back.
There's a lot of pressure on here.
Okay, got my $13 smoothie, 2 rusty nuts, the ambulance, the welder. What does that mean? Okay, so what we got here is our fuel system and partial EFI system to put the LT1 in the boat, not this boat, our good boat, our Glastron. So what I've got here is a generic Bosch 044 housing, cheap fuel pump. It should be good for 75 PSI. And then this is our surge tank. So the theory is, right, you put your fuel pump in there, and hopefully I find a sock for it. There is an O-ring that should fit, I guess, on the inside of this lip. Yeah, maybe. And then this goes on top of it. I'm not real confident on how this is being held down. Like the O-ring's all the way in there. Okay, we're gonna have to research what's going on here because this is not gonna work. Anyway, so high pressure line from the engine goes to the fuel pump. And why am I wearing safety glasses? And this, we should be able to put, we got our orb fittings here. So these will be 3 O-rings. Okay, there should have been more fittings. There is more fittings. Where are they? Did I empty that fuel pump box? Did I bury it under these wires? Yes. Okay, so this one should go on the fuel pump itself. This is our output. Oh, I wonder if you put the O-ring underneath this. I bet that's what you do. Put the O-ring underneath. Yeah, it sits like that. Yep. And then that smashes it down. Okay, that's the right way to do it. So, CJ, hand me some crescent wrench, or just give me the whole wrench set, whichever is easier. I got tools everywhere. 17. Okay, so yes. So this converts that to an AN fitting. I'll need to put a sock on the bottom, high pressure to there, and I have an adapter. One of these guys, this one's it. And this unscrews. There's an O-ring inside there. You slip this onto the back side, plug that in. You need to lube your O-rings. And then this screws on. I promise it does. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It does, it screws on. The other one's on. So then the return goes from here into one of these ports. So then our fuel pump inside the boat will come from the tank that's inside the boat, go through the fuel pump that's inside the boat, and then go into this port right here to fill our surge tank. And then this one has to go back to the tank in the boat, which is like our overflow / return. And that's where I got this bulkhead fitting, which also unscrews and has 2 nylon washers. Okay, so you take this off, you drill a hole that size, and you put this in there, sandwich it, and then somehow you're supposed to have your hand in there to tighten this up. That's gonna be fun, figuring that part out. How am I gonna get my hand in there to tighten this up? All right, the next part of the equation, these AN fittings, right, will just go onto our hose. So they screw onto our AN, and then these will go on here. And I think these are clampless, but I'm scared to put a clampless one on a high pressure line, so I might put clamps on the high pressure. We may upgrade some actual steel braided line at some point in time, but for now, this is what we're gonna go with. Our little surge tank comes with, hopefully these are stainless, Allen nuts, Allen cap screws, and lock washers. Now, this is the cream of the crop right here, creme de la creme. I guess it's not a relay. I don't know what this is. We'll have to read the instructions. So this is a Telarvec harness kit. The way this is set up is you have your ECU connectors here, and then you have these bags of wire. And all these bags of wire have like, I think 35 feet of wire to go from the sensors to this block, which in turn go to the ECU. Now, this is good for troubleshooting, right? Because you have all your pins. You can take this cover piece off and then actually be able to test every single connection going to your ECU and your power. And it also comes with a relay, which I'm pretty sure this is for the fuel pump. Now, if you notice, this is actually a TPI setup, and that is an LT1 setup. So our ECU connectors are completely wrong. But since we did pick up this harness, I'm going to open that up, take our ECU connectors, and you cut this down, and then run it into here. So these will be gone, and then I'll have these in here for our LT1 computer. Now, the thing about this is I really wanted, you know, this is all brand new wire. I'd really like to get brand new wire. So I may order some pins, take these connectors apart, reuse them, and then print some wire at work. So, and then they'll all be labeled and brand new, and of course they'll all be white, red, and blue. Red, white, and blue. But yeah, so this was like a $750 kit, brand new, maybe like $880 retail, and I got it for about $230 shipped on eBay. Thank you, Mr. CJ who put the name up. I'm sorry you got cancer and had to sell your project, but we're gonna put it to good use. And it does smell like old man, just letting you know. All right, pretty sure I can download these off the internet. This can't be too complicated to work with, but I think it comes with. Yeah, here's all your injector connectors, which are the same as what this has. And this harness that I bought has some injector dynamics connectors, which we can't use. I think these are EV1, but all of our sensors should be in these bags, like brand new. Maybe not all of them, some of them. Okay, I lied, there's no sensors. I saw this and I thought there were sensors, and then I saw some other things. We'll figure it out. All the sensors are on the engine. Do they work? I don't know. This is speed sensor, we're not gonna need that. Anyway, so we're almost 100% on all the parts we need. Now, our next step, we're still getting the engine out of the boat. CJ's been dragging his feet on it. I think he's scared to do it without me here, so he hasn't done anything yet. And I want to do a compression test on this engine and see, you know, if it's any good or if it's good enough. I definitely would need to remove the EGR stuff. We gotta do some more cleaning. I need an air filter for this, for our mass airflow sensor. If this is bent, we're gonna be in trouble. Actually, I can take this out. I can run it all the way up here, and then, no, I think it's still bent. Oh my gosh, we need to lube this first. O-rings don't like to go on dry. It sure feels bent. It looks bent too. This is gonna be an issue. Anyway, this one's on. I'll fix that somehow. These are aluminum, so you gotta be real careful with these fittings because they'll gall up and they'll be ruined easy, and each fitting is like $11. So I bought this whole thing, the fuel line and all these fittings in the kit for about 70 bucks. This surge tank was 45 maybe, and this fuel pump was about 60. So we have a few $100s in our fuel system, and then another $300 in this. And I had to pay another $250 for this harness with that computer. I got a lot of these, oh, and yeah, and I paid another $200 for alternator, starter, 2 throttle bodies, 1 with an airfoil, and 2 O2 sensors. CJ will post all these prices up so you know what the hell's going on. This water pump, oh, and a coil. Oh, keep forgetting everything. Our programming cable, which this is like 200 bucks by itself, and then an upgraded coil.
It's a lot of money.
It is. And then the next $100, and this is from Timothy, our good buddy in Solana, we got the water pump, the elbow, the trick full elbow, the mass airflow sensor, the OEM fuel lines, which we're not going to use, another throttle body. One of these is from him. I'm pretty sure it's this one. This one was from him. And I want to say there's something else. Oh, another ECU. He gave us another ECU. This one I think was from him. So we got 3 ECUs because I got the one that actually came with this engine as well. It's somewhere around here. I promise you. It can't be far. I'm really surprised it's not right here because I've been putting everything in this area. It's all by itself. Another thing I learned with these ECUs is if you buy them refurbished, they don't come with this module right here, and this is the knock module. And most of them come with 1 knock sensor, which is I think the Vettes and the Camaros and F-bodies. And then the cars, like the SS Impala that we got this out of, have 2 knock sensors. So one of these is gonna be right for this application. And then 2 of them are probably gonna be wrong. Because this was from a Camaro, and then the one that we got from Tim was from a Vette, and then the one that came with this motor is obviously for this motor. So, but somewhere you're supposed to be able to look at the service tags. Yeah, so this 4-letter code right here will tell you which knock sensor module you have, assuming somebody didn't already swap it out. Okay, this one's actually bolted to it. Let's see if I can pry it back and look. This one it's on top of the barcode. There's nothing on top of this barcode. this somewhere else. Okay, I don't know about this one. We'll find the other one. All right, that's the update. Just been collecting parts and trying to strip this boat. So we'll see you on the next one. See you in the comments.